Welcome, my fellow techies, to the episode 2 of my podcast. My name is Sylvester Isaiah, a software developer and a digital content creator. In this episode, we are going to be looking at the common setbacks that one can encounter in choosing a career as a software developer. Every career has its own setbacks. So in this video, I'm going to be highlighting the setbacks you might encounter in choosing a career as a software developer. And I'm also going to be providing the solution also to this setback. If you like this topic, kindly click on the like button and share this video to your friends. First, we'll be looking at is lack of experience. Lack of experience is always an issue when going into the software development career, because the truth there is that as a software developer, employees are always asking you for relevant years of experience, and most times when you cannot get this relevant years of experience, you tend not to be able to get to the job, and you tend not to even be able to apply for the job because they already are in their requirements. They already stated that they need a certain level of experience. So, how do you go about this? Most times, I tell you to go for the entry-level jobs where you're just starting up in tech, because these entry-level jobs are 0 to 3 years experience most times. So, even though you have a level of experience to 3 years experience, you can go for such jobs. But there's another catch to it. Most of these jobs ask for portfolio. They want to see what you've done before now. Though they understand you don't have a level of experience, but at least you should be able to have done some jobs by yourself. Then, like in my short videos before now, I talked about building portfolio. So you have to build personal projects that these employees can look at and say, okay, because they cannot just give you a job when they are never seen any personal job. Fine, they are going to take you through an interview process, they are going to test you, but before they allow you to go through an interview process, most times they want to see your portfolio, you want to see what you've done. You want to even see your hands on what you say you can do as a software developer. So basically, what's a way to go around this issue with backup experience is by building your portfolios and going for entry-level jobs. And also you can apply for internship also. They will take you for internship, but most times you get a non-payment internship, but some both companies will give you a paid internship. And most times, after a level of 1 to 2 years, some companies absorb you into their company, because now if you've gotten the level of experience, they don't want you to go with the experience you've gotten for them. They want to employ you and make. The next you might encounter is evolving technology. The software development industry evolves rapidly day in, day out. We find out that the industry keeps evolving. So, and how do you keep up with this evolving technology? It's kind of time consuming and difficult for you to start changing what you already know, learning more and the rest. So most times the solution to this is just for you to be open-minded and ready to keep learning, because I remember my days I started with PHP. Right now, PHP is not the main thing. Now they talk about JavaScript. JavaScript is the main thing. React.js is the main thing. So you can see these are top-notch programming language that are the main thing now. So React.js, JavaScript in total is now what is in vogue. So back then it was PHP, now JavaScript. So if you've not evolved over the time, a lot of people have left you behind. You will not earn more like the guys that are earning now. So you have to keep learning more. Make sure you are ready to learn. So that is the next we're looking at is intense competition. I tell you, this is a very big issue when it comes to the software development career. It's possibly a very big setback, a common setback you might encounter, the intense competition. Because I won't lie to you, the competition in the software development industry is high. Though there's high demand for software developers, but the competition also is high. Due to the fact that you have a high demand in it, so you find a lot of people want to go into it. A lot of people are trying to go into it, and now the only way you can be able to skate through is if you are able to stand out. So if you're able to stand out, you'll be able to skate through. So there's one solution with this whole issue. There's one solution with this whole issue of competition. So if you want to actually cut down this competition issue, you have to stand out. It's true. You have to try your best. You have to be good in what you are doing, because especially the entry level guys are really like this entry level position. There's a lot of competition at entry level because we find a lot of people at that entry level. There are sometimes when you go to LinkedIn, you're going to find an opening and you're going to find over 200 applicants, 300 applicants, 250 applicants, and oh wow. Are you actually thinking about what I'm thinking? So it's interesting going into software development, but at the same time, there are limitations in getting into, like, this limitation is really there. This competition is really there. So you try and be good in what you are doing. Work on yourself so that another possible setback is work stress and deadline. I should tell you the truth. The work stress in programming is high. Like as a subject developer, your workload is high. Yeah, it's I'm just stressing the high there is because you find yourself working long hours and you find yourself being given ridiculous deadlines. At the end of this, sometimes you might find critical bugs that might take you days to rectify. So in order to meet your deadline, you have to now work over time. You have to now work through the night, even when you're not you're working hours, you're trying to fix a particular issue because you already know at the next day you're going to come to work and you're going to ask you, how far have you been able to do this? Or what's up? Have you been able to get this thing done? And you don't want that. So you don't want to receive query from your bosses or for your lead developer. So what you are going to do is most times you it into your own personal time. So you work. I remember those days that I work throughout. Like I sleep only sometimes sleep only 2 hours or 3 hours. It's not easy. It's not easy. Even till now, I know what I face when I'm working on a project. I face issues of stress, issues of trying to beat clients' time. So how do you work around these things? So the best way I think we should work around this for my own personal, this is not a general advice, for my own personal advice is, I think you should have a roadmap of everything you are doing. Have a proper planning. You are going to work 4 hours, no matter the bug you are facing. Let your 4 hours be 4 hours. And also, once you start getting an issue, go and source for relevant materials. Don't stay on the issue for too long. Brush up your research skills. Because if you know how to make research very well as a software developer, you are going to be able to scale faster. So brush up your research skills. There are platforms you can use. You can even use brilliant now with the advent of ChatGPT. You can get answers faster if you know the right keyword to use, the right research term to use in order to get your results. Then Stack Overflow. You don't need it. Just type your answer on Google. On Stack Overflow, you find answers on those questions. So what I will just try to do, build your research capability in order to work on this particular issue, the issue of work stress, deadlines, because the truth is that if you don't know how to make research, you are going to spend more time trying to fix issues and spend more time writing. The next is imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome, this is something a lot of software developers experience because most times people feel they're inadequate, their skills are inadequate, doubting their level of performance and the rest. But the fact is that this shouldn't be an issue because there's no one very perfect programmer. And that's why even most applications that are so professional, you still find bugs. You find one issue, one malfunctional, or one thing from malfunctioning or the other. So as a software developer, what I just tell you, focus on doing what you can do best. Forget about thinking you are not good enough or what. If you are given a task, focus on doing that task. Because from the day one that you started coding, you are already a software developer. So don't allow anybody to now start telling you, bro, are you sure you are good enough? Or no, you are good enough. You are best for the job. Once you can take on tasks and accomplish them, there's no need for you to doubt your skills again. You are the best. Wow, you stayed to the end of this video. Thank you very much. So those are the setbacks you might encounter when trying to get into the software development career. So kindly like, share, follow, or subscribe. See you in my next video.